Hello, children. This is your social science teacher Nidhi Rai, and I welcome to all of you in today's class. Today, we are going to start a new chapter, but before that, let me introduce you all to this new topic. You all have heard about rules and regulations. So, why they are needed? What are the purpose of having a rules and regulation around a school, or even in our life? Rules and regulations are two important aspects to run an organization. Why? Because they provide a sense of predictability and consistency, and they also serves as a guidelines or instruction to run an organization. For example, take school or even a family. In our family also we follow some rules like a particular time we have to wake up, we have to have our breakfast. There's a time that we have to have our lunch. Then there's a playtime, the study time, and there's a particular time decided for all of you to go to sleep. It makes our life systematic. Likewise, to run a country, we also need some guidelines. Can you guess what are the topic that we are going to discuss? I hope you all guessed correctly. The topic that we are going to discuss today is our constitution. So children, in this chapter, we will discuss about the meaning of our constitution, its importance, how it was framed, and the salient features. So, how this topic will help you all? It will help you in understanding the meaning and the importance of the Constitution, understanding the preamble of the Constitution, understanding the salient features of the Constitution and appreciate them, understanding the profile of persons who were involved in drafting of the Constitution, understanding the concept of the Republic, understanding the need for strengthening ourselves in adopting the principle of secularism in our daily life, and developing the attitude to respect the Constitution. So, these are the points that we'll discuss in this chapter. Let's start. Let's start with the meaning of Constitution. What is a Constitution? Constitution means a set of basic rules followed by a country. It enumerates the organs of the government, its powers and functions. There is a reference to the rights and the duties of the citizens. The Constitution is a reference guide to the government. No one should violate the Constitution. The Constitution served as a guideline. Guidelines mean it provides us some direction that as a citizen what are our rights and what are our duties toward our country. Likewise, it also served as a guideline for the government. It directs their functions, how much power they have over the citizen of this country, and what are their functions. How should they fulfill the need of the citizen of this country? No one should violate the constitution because there are laws. If you violate these rules and regulations, you will get punished for that. So, children, we have already discussed about the meaning of the constitution. Let's discuss why this constitution is important. The constitution is a prominent as it is the fundamental law of the country. Everyone has to adhere to it. All people, including the president, the prime minister, parliamentarians, judges, and officers, are bound by it. So, the first importance is equality before law. It protects the rights of the citizen as all are equal before the law. Means every person is entitled without discrimination to equal protection of the law, despite their status, their employment, their religion. Before law, everyone is equal. and everyone will be treated equally. The second point is it functions as a reference guide to the duties to be performed by the government. That means it worked as a guideline. It gives direction to the government to fulfill the need of the citizen of the country. And what are their functions? What are the duties toward this country? The third point is it coordinates the functions of the democratic institutions such as legislature, executive, and judiciary, where legislative assembly makes the law, the executive carries out the laws, and judicial evaluates the laws. Means it solves the conflicts between the public related matters and the legislative and executive matters. It implies that each pillar of democracy, the executive, legislature, and the judiciary, perform separate functions and act as separate entities. Fourth point is it also organizes better relations between the government and the individual, as the constitution serves as a guideline for the people and for the government of this country. It gives direction to the government to fulfill the needs and their duties toward the people of this country. Likewise, the people of this country or as a citizen of this country, we also have some rights and duties toward our country. So we can say that this this relationship between the government and the individual would certainly be reciprocal. Drafting Committee of the Constitution. The Constituent Assembly prepared the Constitution. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as its president when the assembly met for the first time. There were 299 members in the Constituent Assembly, and the first session was held on 9th December 1946. In order to hasten the process of preparing the Constitution, the Assembly created various committees. It also created a drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. There's one interesting fact about the Constitution which I am going to tell you, that is, our Constitution is handwritten and it was written by Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada Saxena. He was the man who handwrote the original Constitution of India within a vault like room in the library of the Parliament of India in New Delhi. The members of the Constituent Assembly verified the draft constitution and proposed 2,473 amendments. The proposed amendments and the draft constitutions were discussed in detail in the meeting of Constituent Assembly. Hence, it took 3 years for the constitution to have a final shape. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the Law Minister of India from the 15th August 1947 to 26th January 1950. 15th August 1947, India got independence, and on 26th January 1950, India adopted the constitution which was drafted by the Constituent Assembly. The constitution declared India as a republic. In order to mark the adoption of constitution, every year January 26th is marked as the Republic Day and it is a national festival. On November 26th, every year the Constitutional Day is celebrated as it was on November 26th the Constitution was approved by the Constituent Assembly. According to the directive of the Constitution, The first general elections of India were held between 1951 to 1502. The parliament with bicameral legislature, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha came into force in 1952. So one more interesting fact about the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India contains 395 articles and 12 schedules. Preamble to the Constitution. The Constitution of India begins with a preamble. So what is a preamble? Preamble is an introduction or a preface, for example, to a book, a written document, speech, etc., that explains its purpose. If you open any book, any textbook, any reader, on the first page you'll find a preface. A preface highlights the important points or the notes about the particular subject. Likewise, preamble also highlights the salient or the important features of this constitution. The preamble is considered as the heart of the constitution as it represents the dream and ideologies of the people. Justice, freedom, equality, self respect, fraternity, and national integrity are the ideologies that find reference in the preamble. Let's read out what is the preamble of the Constitution of India. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation in our Constituent Assembly. The 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. So, this was the preamble of the Constitution of India, considered as the core or the heart of the Constitution. So, children, in today's class, we discussed about the Constitution, the meaning, its importance, about the drafting committee of this Constitution, and the preamble of this Constitution. The rest we will discuss in the next class. Thank you, children.